Hi there, now I'm about to show you how to use kinesio tape on yourself, by yourself, effectively, easily, and see how incredible it is for you. However, before I start that, just in case this is your first time ever using kinesio tape, or you want to get a bit more of a deep dive, I've got a video on that where it talks about a little bit of the history, but also how kinesio tape works. And as I say, if you have to pre-cut them and do all that sort of stuff, and it's your first time using kinesio tape, I've got a much more of an instructional tutorial for you. Okay, so you can have a look at that if you want to. Otherwise, you can go through with this, but if you still got questions afterwards, I've got that for you, okay? So don't forget to subscribe, share this, like this, comment if you want to, if you've got any questions about this. And finally, before we get you started, is if you'd like to learn more about kinesio taping, in the description below, I've got my online kinesio taping course. So if you've got other parts of your body in the future that you want to find out how to tape them, that I don't already have the videos on, then you can get that. And so you have lifetime access. So if you want to know like, oh, how do I do that bunion or that ankle or that Achilles tendon problem, any of that, if I haven't got it here, then you'll have that. So any part, any body area that you need in the future, you'll have that in the online course. But otherwise, let's get started. So let's have a look at someone that's doesn't have like generalized knee pain. It's specific, you know, they've got either lateral or medial knee pain, maybe a meniscus tear, you're right at the joint line. You'll see this all the time. And they'll say, yeah, no, it's right in the inside. It's like a knife. It's, you know, I can pinpoint it. It's not there. It's not all around. It's not below, above. It is right on that medial aspect, generally right at the joint line where the medial ligament joins the medial meniscus if they've torn it. So for this, I want to show you something different, something really specific. And this is something you can do for specific pains anyway. Goes back to the same theory as we started with. We're using, going to use one of our 10-inch or 8-inch, whatever you want to use, but one of them for your stabilizer. And then we're going to use, you can use one or two of the decompression strips. So I'm just going to cut one here. So we'll get it about that, let's say 8 inches long here. We'll cut him in half. Cut it. Okay. Fold it in half. Around we go. So we're going to use these for decompression. Round we go. And then so we get them the right length, so it's neat. We just snip it through there. Round there. And there we have it. Okay. So we've got these two. Get yourself one eye strip. So you've got two short ones, two long ones. And I'm going to show you how to decompress something that's really specific, some really specific pain. So get your eye strip, your stabilizing strip, and you're going to put it along that, well, if it's medial pain, you put it on the medial aspect, lateral, obviously, you put it on the lateral aspect of the leg. So you just put your anchor down there, uppers on the quad there, anchor it. That's it, give it a little rub, zero tension. Now what you're going to do, because you want the knee bent, and you're just going to apply, of course, slight tension, and you're going to guide it around over that point of pain. So you just carefully go down, you bend that around. You see that, you just gently go around there, slightest of stretch, and then just rub that, and then you just anchor the bottom. There you are. All right, so now you've got that. Now you want to put on your decompression. So again, this is going to be right at that joint line if that's where the problem is. So again, rip it in the middle. You want to just stay out of the knee crease too. Like I said earlier on in the course, stay out of the axilla, the popliteal creases, all of the creases you want to stay out of so it doesn't, you know, irritate. So full stretch, come back a tiny bit, there you go, and down it goes. So it's right under, X marks the spot of the pain. And again, if they're injured, do the same thing. Or you could do the full knee support, depending on their pain. But this is really pain relief. Now I just want to show you another one I did here, where again, this time, if the person's really severe, you can put a couple down. You can actually put 2 or 3 if you really wanted to. So once again, your decompression one, and just anchors them down. So this one is, say if the person was really in a lot of pain, you put an extra one down, because as you can imagine, it's decompressing more. You've got more forces lifting up those tissues. So that's why you'd add extra. Try and offload those tissues even more. So you see that? And then just put an X across it like that. Down you go, 80 to 90%. And we've created a healing environment. So that's what you do with 2, if you want to do 2. So don't forget to subscribe, like the channel, and also comment below. And if you're ever in Cozumel, Mexico, come and visit us here at Pickleball.